Hey, what's going on, guys? Mimniq Site 7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR 25 Career Mode. Today, we are going through the next 3 truck races on the schedule, being of Lime Rock Park, Watkins Glen, and Richmond to conclude going into the playoffs here for the season. But of course, we got some work going out for us today. We're going to take a look at the standings that we have here. We're actually now in the playoffs because of our win at Lime Rock Park in the previous video. If you want to figure out how that happened, go ahead and watch it. But we have a little bit of a dilemma on our hands. For some reason, NASCAR 25 has the part-time guys like Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson and even Ross Chastain, who are also now in the playoffs, quote-unquote, because they have all won a race at some point. They're in the playoffs still, which I'm not exactly sure how or why that's a thing. I kind of wish there was a way not to have that, because it would cut up for the likes of Chandler Smith and Daniel Hemrick to be in the playoffs anyway. But that's the funny thing, though. All 10 spots are race winners. So literally Chandler Smith and Daniel Hemrick have to win in order to actually get into the playoffs. They only have 3 races left to do it, though. So that's really not exactly great, for their sake anyway. But we also have, it may say urgent task 1, but I wanted to go take a look-see at or see if we have something of sponsors coming in. We actually have a new sponsor opportunity potentially. If we finish 7th or better in the next race, we will be able to get that JF Electric sponsorship there, which I believe is normally on an East truck as well as a DQS solutions as well. I just happened to find that out after my recording there. But we're gonna go to our urgent tasks here for now, and we're gonna go and just use basically our stuff here to go for the next race for Watkins Glen. It's gonna be level 5 equipment, just like how we won at whatchamacallit too. Now, Lime Rock is not exactly, not Lime Rock, IRP is not exactly a good track for us, so we're gonna hopefully we can do better here this time around. And let's see, compared to ARCA, can we have much better success in the trucks? I had to play around with a few things with the setup. I'm still about, I think I was like 3rd in practice though overall, so I think I made a pretty decent setup. So honestly, heck if I know. Just a few things mainly I adjusted. Mainly, I think the front weight I adjusted, as well as the wedge, of course. Basic adjustment there with that. I think I played around with the right rear spring a little bit because I was still like a little bit loose off the corners. I had to lower it. So I think about the lowest possible value I could do. So I'm going to lock in here. It's one short lap around IRP when it comes to qualifying. It's going to be a night race, so that's going to be rather interesting to see how the truck's going to transition between practice and qualifying and race trim anyway, from the day versus the night. I got a little bit tight there as we try not to hit the wall. We do hit the wall. Oh, it's gonna be, oh, we actually have one more lap. I didn't even realize that. I thought it was just one lap there, but I think we're gonna be just no improvement time whatsoever. I don't think, because of me just getting a little bit distracted and hitting in the wall there. I don't think we're going to do any better than what we have, unfortunately. I know I ran a 6 earlier in practice, but it's not going to matter. We're going to hit the wall again, looks like there, and it's just going to be 9th place.
Starting in the top 10 will make you better on race day.
All right, 9th place to start out with. That's fine. And Corey Heim, once again, on pole position. Not by much, of course, so we're going to go right into it. Here we go to be trying to get ourselves more playoff points as we go underway here at IRP. Once again, I think I need to learn the mirror trick anyway, going into these restarts and races. Oh, I was a little bit too close to whoever that was beside me. Can't even tell who that is. That was Gio Ruggiero. I think I was just a little bit too close to him. I slid up a little bit too much as we're going to go down the inside of Jake Garcia, trying to make him go try to get ourselves a little bit further, using that very bottom lane, which is not exactly the most ideal thing you could really do. It's kind of hard to race, mainly at IRP, as we get into the back and the side of Jake Garcia. We do the old bump and run so early within like lap 2. He actually almost kind of put him at his misery right then and there, and just nearly put him inside the wall. Daniel Hemrick's trying to take us go to the bottom lane. It's not exactly the most ideal way to pass somebody, but very difficult to race in general, because I'm not used to racing a flat short track when it's like the highlights pretty much dominate here. But we'll have to see how our run goes. So we got Daniel Hemrick actually on our inside. He's trying to get himself into playoffs, trying to make use of any line that he could work with. But oh boy, yeah, this is what I was kind of worried about when it comes racing here. I just been fighting with Rajah Carew for the last few laps, trying to get that last playoff point back away from him. So I'm a little tight and loose at the same time. It's not exactly what ideal of a thing I want to do. I'm obviously really tight in and just loose off as I'm trying to press the throttle. I'm trying to learn my throttle control here at this racetrack. Corey Heim is off into the sunset, literally. He's off to the races himself, except he's already at the races. We're gonna, oh boy, Rajah's trying to make a move on the inside of Daniel Hemrick, so he'll probably take that spot away as I nearly lose the back end. I think I might have put a little too much throttle in there at that point. We're outside the playoff. We're outside the stage point range, really. So we're trying to get ourselves our affiliate teammate of Daniel Hemrick, get him out of our way. So in a way, it's kind of our teammate, but it's not really, even though we are affiliated with McAnally Hilgeman. And we're trying to get right back in there as we are now back inside the points, anyway, for stages. But Daniel Hemrick's going to go fight right back on the inside of us. Oh boy, we're going to go 3 wide back here again because Daniel Hemrick is making a move on the inside. We're 3 wide for the final stage point. We're going to back out of it and just follow where I tried to follow my affiliate teammate. We're actually going to try to do the diamond, try to go around Rajah Caruth now on the inside. Apparently the middle lane for me should have been the way to go instead of the top line. So we're actually going to ride the middle lane. The sun blinding us there a little bit there as we're going to try to clear Rajah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We couldn't hold on to it. 1 lap to go in the stage. We're gonna have to fight him and now Jake Garcia for the final stage point. I know Rajah's not exactly happy from what happened earlier this season anyway, so I have to thank him for being a little bit patient with me going into this race. So he knows the bigger picture. I know the bigger picture, and we're gonna get ourselves 1 stage point if I can not lose it there. Our right front tire is not great at all. It's at 65%. So I'm not exactly sure what to really do. We have 25 laps worth of fuel. We have 15 laps worth of you know, for the stage. What I'm going to try to do is put on 4 tires. We're gonna make a few adjustments here to make sure we're just gonna back to the default tire pressures, and we're gonna leave the wedge alone for now. This is gonna be a good experimentation here.
Okay, we're pitting here.
So we're actually gonna be experimenting going into stage 2. We're gonna be in the back, but we're gonna have much better tires. And Norm Benning also pitted as well, so he's gonna try to do anything he can to get himself move forward there. Pennsylvania action, ready to rock and roll here at IRP as we're gonna be underway for stage 2. It is absolutely dark now at IRP. Norm Benning, once like all the AI have gotten better starts, I gotta figure out that out. Maybe Watkins Glen, I will try to figure out the whole mirror trick there, where I hope they patch the restarts anyway for us rather soonly. Actually, I hope that's a thing. They'll fix the AI having a much better restart. But either way, we're going to be down the inside of a lot of people. We got a former truck legend himself, Johnny Sauter. We're going to be passing him on the inside, so a nice welcome surprise to see Johnny Sauter as we pulled a slide job on him. We're just passing everybody on the inside line, as again, this is more of an experimentation to see how if this whole strategy will work here at IRP. We're actually going to rub our affiliate teammate of Jack Wood. A little rub them the wrong way. We're actually going to pass them on the inside. I think our truck is getting a little bit better. Then again, I don't think I'm driving it as hard as I could this time around, trying to fight for the same thing. But we're already up inside the 20, almost inside the 20s already, as we're trying to get ourselves, but before the stage 2 ends, back into the stage points here to see if we can actually, if this strategy is actually worthwhile. But we were not in the preferred groove though. But we're still making our way forward at a rapid rate. Our aggressive strategy is already paying off at dividends and then some, as we have a new leader of the racetrack. That's actually Chandler Smith now leading the race. You can see the 38 icon as I nearly get loose there. We have our affiliate team member of Tyler Ankrum, who has won the first 2 races of the season, both at Daytona and Atlanta. So he'll be in the playoffs as well. I mean, we could try to help Daniel Hemrick get into the playoffs, but I don't think he's within any sort of chance whatsoever to go get himself inside like a race win, at least as of now, as we're trying to go 3 wide with him. The aggressive strategy is absolutely paying dividends. I've actually been passing a lot of trucks on the inside, believe it or not, here on the very far bottom. That's kind of been our go-to corner, really, is the inside line. As we're trying to get sure we clear them. We do, but I'm going to wait until we get off the corner here to get ourselves back up to the wall. We are now good to go. as we're about to have 5 laps to go. Them guys are fighting up there. If we can get enough like track speed, or if we can get enough speed, we could probably try to win the stage, but I don't think that's going to happen though. We're still trying to fight off Kyle Busch. There's Kyle Larson behind us as well. Don't forget, he's a little bit salty at us after winning the way we kind of did at Lime Rock Park. So we got him to be concerned with, as we could nearly lose the back end at around turn 2 again. But I don't think we're getting anywhere higher than 5th, but this is overall a major success. Them two are fighting it out for their win, because we know Chandler Smith needs to win in order to get himself into playoffs here. He's in a must win, because literally there's like 10 slots. We have 10 different winners, of course, in the for the playoffs. So Chandler Smith trying to do everything he can to get around Corey Heim and try to get that second stage win coming to the white. Oh, he's starting on the inside though. Look at him go. He's trying on the inside. Meanwhile, we're trying to get ourselves maybe even 4th place, because I actually would like to have the outside line going into the restart here this time around, but I don't think we're going to be able to take 4th, or at least in time. I kind of just been diamonding the corner the last few times as our tire pressures. Oh boy, our tire difference of 6% between the right and right front and right rear. We're actually going to try to go up the gut 3 wide, our signature textbook maneuver, and we're rubbing against Lane Riggs for 3rd, but we're going to get 4th in the stage 2. Well done, sir. Well done with the strategy, as Chandler Smith wins stage 2. So obviously what we did there was the right move, the pit under the stage. We went from 35th to 4th. Great stuff there. I don't even know if I want to make any adjustments, because I was getting a little bit too loose on the throttle. So I'm just gonna make sure we can keep the way the truck is though. We could just add a half can of fuel, really. Oh, there's no option for no fuel either, so that's rather interesting. I really wish we could do that. Yeah, we're taking tires, so screw you, crew chief, for thinking that we're not going to have tires. So here we come. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Going into stage 3. As we have actually lost a spot, but Norm Benning stays out. Why? I guess they probably thought the same thing too, of just hitting maybe just like for fuel only, but tires, you're gonna be dead. So Norm Benning leading this race, but I don't think it's gonna be lasting very long or whatnot. So literally he's gonna hold everybody up on the inside line. He's gonna hold up Corey Heim. He's gonna hold up ourselves. Kyle Busch is trying to make a maneuver on the inside line for us. He's actually trying to even push us go through as we're gonna get out, down on the apron. Well, it feels like an apron, trying to get around him as we're going to continue our way back up to P4. It's a battle of the front row motorsports trucks. I hope Lane Riggs knows that Chandler Smith's in a must-win, so maybe there might be some business going on that they might put Chandler Smith into the playoffs and just let him ride, but Lane Riggs kind of wants to have a higher seed in the playoffs, as Kyle Busch is going to make that move on the inside of us. We're going to be fighting with him for a little bit, as we just ran our fastest lap of the race, and there goes Lane Riggs. He saves it. Oh no, he spins it in front of everybody. But he's going to be in 2nd though, or 3rd, because of the way the caution just comes out in these things. But we're going to be on the outside line now. So Lane Riggs spins, and we're going to be back to where we were. As we're going to have another restart here is Majeski and Chandler Smith, the front row. We're in road number 2. We're going to have to keep moving our way forward. Corey Heim kind of got screwed out of that whole thing with Norm Benning being there. Again, I should probably figure out what my mirror button is. I'll have to figure out the next race is there. As I overshoot myself going in, I outbroke myself going into turn 1. Not exactly what you want to do against the best of the best like Kyle Busch. Because if you lose sight of Kyle Busch, you may never see them again in the truck series. He's noticed the GOAT in the truck series for a reason. But as we got Ty Majeski actually getting a little bit loose there, as we're trying to hold our line. We're trying to make our way to the outside. Oh boy, we're actually going to go into the wall there. And we're going to try to recover from where we were in P5. We're going to have to hold on to it as best we can. Unfortunately for Chandler Smith, looks like he's not going to be able to win this race, as Kyle Busch has got himself the 3rd. Lane Riggs is trying to take the lead away back from Ty Majeski. We've lost the spot to Corey Heim. And Corey's on a march there. He's not exactly happy about being held up. I don't think Daniel Hemrick's exactly being happy we're kind of holding him up a little bit ourselves. I don't think he has a chance to really win this race. I don't even know. Like probably his best chance may be at Richmond, really, because we all know that we could have a good scrap with Corey Heim at Watkins Glen. I mean, we had a great scrap with him and Kyle Larson at Lime Rock, so we're trying to go for maybe 2 for 2 on the road courses this season if we can help it. We're using essentially the same parts as we did at Lime Rock, so anything is still possible. But we're coming to 6 laps to go here. I don't think we're going to get finishing anywhere higher than 6th if we can keep holding off Daniel Hemrick. But as we arrive to the last lap of the race, it's all lane rigs. Ty Majeski is trying to make anything happen. He's on the inside, you know. He's going to have one more chance to try to make any sort of maneuver happen. There's poor Norm Benning back in last place. I guess that strategy really didn't work out for you there. Ty Majeski trying to make a move on the inside. I can barely see him on my screen. He has the inside, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be lane rigs that wins at IRP. We're coming home in 6th. I really don't think there's anything much more we can really do there besides like maybe be like an off-cycle strategy. So that's rather unfortunate there. We'll come home in P6. That's fine by me. We're going to move on to Watkins Glen. It looks like Raja Karuth has actually kind of like said like, yeah, sure, like we're okay. We're just having some ding dong scraps now. So at least he's okay with it now, it seems. But I guess the front row motorsports trucks just don't seem to like me. Nobody does. I'm from heckin' Philly, for crying out loud. No one likes us and we don't care. But a 6th place finish, that's fine by me. We got 39 points and we got $25,000 in the bank. So it's a big... All right, so our parts are not exactly the greatest out there, but 560 for, like if we were to go to like a finale anyway, that's fine. Really, I have an idea that we could probably try to use our level 6 parts, try to get them before Phoenix anyway. I'm trying to, hopefully we can get there for that. We got Watkins Glen. We also got ourselves a new sponsor. I almost forgot there. We actually have a new sponsor. So we're gonna take our preparing for the playoffs. We're locked into playoffs. Yes, we're gonna start preparing our things for the next round. But of course, we got ourselves the new sponsor offer with JF Electric. So we're gonna sign JF Electric. And we're going to have it do the hard note of getting a top 10 finish, of course. Because I think we can start doing that every race from here forward. We're going to be painting ourselves some new trucks here, so we'll see what it looks like in a second. Here we are. We have our brand new JF Electric Chevrolet. It is the same base again as usual, but I kind of wanted to keep the same base. But look at the color scheme. It's completely different. And for the first time in the career mode, we're not running a white number. We're actually running a red number for once, actually. So let's get our preparing for the playoffs here. We're in the playoffs. You're locked in the playoffs. Keep up the good work, and let's start focusing on getting into the second round. Well, that's good there, but we're definitely in now because of what happened. Yeah, we're 7th in the standings. We still got about a few more races to go before it actually starts. So best we can do is just keep going. We got Watkins Glen coming up though, so we gotta keep working with that. As we're gonna keep having our work for the week. Probably do balanced work here. We're gonna bring our stuff back up for, I guess, Richmond. That's what we're gonna do there. We're gonna bring our stuff back up to full spec for next week, so no need to worry about that. So we're gonna go right into the next race at Watkins Glen. Let's see you guys there. We are once again in another group qualifying session here at Watkins Glen. I decided to go do my run out rather early, I would say, like about within like a minute anyway. I made some changes to the car setup that we have here for today's race. For one being, compared to the default setup anyway, I decided to lower the front sway bar a lot, as well as just moving the left weight, actually the furthest possible values to the right, or no, not the right, the left anyway, because I set it to 49%. So it's going to be 51% on the right side of the truck and 49% on the left. And the reason being, I kind of want it as low as possible on the left side. We're turning right, like, most of the time. There's only one left-hander that's, like, substantial, and that's this corner up ahead. The S's kind of count as a left-hander, but let's be honest, this is the only left-hander that really matters. Ah, Gio. Kind of in the way, mate. You're kind of in the way. Can't you see him on a hot lap? My lord, man. All right, I might take a second lap because of that now. I don't know. After being a little bit held up by Gio Ruggiero, well, the lap time is going to be a 1:12.8. I'm going to try a second lap here. I think I could have done the first corner a little bit better, as we have a much better exit that time around, and we're going to try again. to see what our lap time is going to be. Once again, we have tried our luck with the qualifying run to see if our lap's a little bit better. Is it really? It is. 3/10 better. I don't plan on doing any more laps. I think we're good where we are. We're going to go see where we qualify here today. It looks to be a 4th place qualifying run, but guess who's on pole? Our road course rival, or at least in this Group 1 session, actually. I forgot there are 2 groups there. Let's see where we qualify overall here as we wait for the thing to simulate. Not much difference there, actually. We're actually in 6th place. We got Parker Kligerman up there. We also have another road course, I guess, ringer on our team here. Connor Mozak at 8th place, actually. We're going to have to get through Kyle Larson again to try to get ourselves another win and get ourselves into the playoffs. He is a little bit upset with us last time, so hopefully we can have a little bit more of a cleaner scrap this time with Larson. Okay, here we go at Watkins Glen. It is 5 o'clock somewhere as we are...
There's the green flag.
I pressed the wrong button. They're trying to turn off the mirror right then and there. I should have done during qualifying, really. But as we're going to go into turn 1... rather carefully, though, this time around. We have somebody on our left side, and we are going to clear the way. Parker Kligerman is trying to move his way forward. Kyle Busch had a horrible corner there. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but we're going to say thank you so much. And also maybe even Gio Ruggiero, who was holding us up in qualifying a little bit earlier in the session, but he somehow managed to get a better time than we do. So we're going to have to go fight with him and try to get to the lead. We're going to back out of it going into the carousel because... not in the carousel, the bus stop chicane. I kind of want to leave them alone because I know usually around here, or at least that last part there, is a little bit squirrely in terms of like how we get to do things. I think we have about 9 laps worth of gas here in this race, or 9 laps going to 8 anyway. So we're probably going to have to pit each and every stage going forward. This is actually our weakest corner here, this left hand right here, because remember, all of our weight's on the right-hand side, so this corner is the only one that's really tight unless I hit the curbs like that. Shift down to 2nd gear, and we're trying to catch up to the likes of Kyle Larson and Corey Heim, who is now taking the lead. Larson is anyway. We're gonna try to bring them down and try to move forward. As I go a little bit too hard into 1, it was a little bit too harsh there. We're gonna try to get. Okay, we lost it. All right, so we had a bit of a blunder there. There's always stage 2 and 3 to recover. We have caught right back up to our affiliate team member of Connor Mozak. We're actually going to go diving into turn 1 again, using up all the tire that we have. We're going to try to give him as much room as we can here on our left side, actually. We're going to make the move on the inside going into the S's. We're going to go take the spot away from our affiliate team member of Connor Mozak. Now we have to go catch up to PK and try to get him within 1 lap to go of the stage. Kyle Larson is off to the races. He cannot be stopped today so far. Coming to our last few corners of stage number 1. I don't think we're going to be able to catch up to PK in time, but we actually ran no, we did not run the fastest lap of the race that time, or the fastest lap of the leaders anyway, unfortunately. So we're going to come home, it looks like in P5, stage 1, after a bit of a blunder. Anyway, going into that first corner. We're going to have to go repair. I feel a little bit tight there. We're going to go try to fix that damage. Hopefully we don't lose too many spots when we come down pit road. That is the plan, of course, is to repair that 1 second worth of damage. Or at least hopefully we don't lose too much time.
Pit road's open this time.
Everyone's coming down pit road. So we don't want to take forward fuel because we got to have 5 laps of stage 2, but we're going to come down pit road, confirm the strategy.
Let's get a nice smooth stop.
And we're going to go pit. That 1 second costed me all the way to 32nd? Are you serious? But some people, I think, stayed out. Okay, that's interesting there. All right, so some people have decided to stay out, and Lane Riggs is now the leader of the race. We have 5 laps of stage 2. We're trying to get as many positions as we can. We're going down the infamous turn 1 dive bomb. Going 3. Whoa. Careful now. I think we're starting to catch up all the people that have stayed out. There's a lot of trucks that stayed out. And we're now leading I think we're now leading the pack in terms of people who've decided to stay out, to come down pit road. Once again, Norm Benning tries a strategy again of just trying to see if staying out work. We just passed Malcolm in the middle. We have a whole lot of trucks slowing up right here. Very careful. Very carefully try to pass all these guys. Very carefully. Too wide in the bus stop is not exactly the most easiest of things to do, as we have Lawless Allen instead of Brett Cruz in this race for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. But you have, oh, hello, Johnny Sauter. I didn't mean to run into you there. We're just having so much of a pace difference between him and I. But we're ahead of Larson out of all that. So we managed to make a huge maneuver as we're now inside the top 14 within the opening lap of the stage. Trying to get maybe one more spot before going to the next lap. We give Jake Garcia a scare, but I forgot. The left-hander there is not exactly our best corner, but this is one of our better corners going into this corner in turn 11 or turn 7, depending on what you want to use. I count the boot, so I'm calling it turn 11, as we're now going to be up to P12 before entering turn 1 in the next lap here. So we have a chance to maybe even win the stage, maybe, perhaps. 2 laps in, we're already up to P8. We're now on the sights of Matt Crafton. We're actually going to get P7 before entering turn 1. Look at the pace difference we have, though, compared to the people that stayed out. Josh Malicki, at least we actually have somebody that makes sense in this race, is now up to P6, driving the Albanese 44 this race. As we're going to go try to make a move. Oh, we can't do it there. We have to get out of the gas, so he kind of blocked our maneuver there a little bit too good that time. We're going to have a much more bit of exit speed going up the hill, and coming on the left side of him, going into the bus stop chicane. We're going to be 2 abreast going into the chicane, but he's going to have to back out of it. He knows he doesn't have the tires. He knows I have a much faster truck. It's a major stack up there on the bus stop. Oh, I had to stay silent there for a second, because that was a rather scary moment there. They all just stacked up there between, it looks like Daniel Hemrick and Grant Enfinger. I don't think we're going to be able to win the stage now, but Tyler Ankrum trying to do everything he can to get himself another playoff point, because he is right now the top, I guess, affiliate member of McAnally Hilgeman, because he's won 2 races, both at the beginning of the season. So he's trying to get himself more stage points going forward. We're going to come back down pit road, and, well, all at the end of the stage anyway. We're going to try to maybe we can get second there. So it's a bit of a scare there between Grant Enfinger. We make a pass on him on the inside, and we're going to do the same thing with Daniel Hemrick here. Going into turn 1 once we get there. We're not going to be able to get there in time, it looks like there. But we will get him before the hill, though. It looks like here. We're going to make a move on the right side. Daniel Hemrick easy does it. It's the wrong HendrickCars.com in third. That is Rajat Karuth there. We're going to make a move on the right side. Up the hill we go. We're going to take third spot away. And now we're going to try to see who's in second of Lane Riggs. It was a half second behind Tyler Ankrum. The gap was about 5 seconds from the lead within the first lap there. But I don't think we're going to be able to catch them, of course. We're going to come home in third, going into stage 2. So we got a massive amount of stage points. Larson and Heim nowhere to be seen, or at least on the leaderboard, that is. We're going to go see where they end up here in the stage here, if they even show up at all. We're going to come home in third into stage 2. Nice and easy does it there.
Top 5 for that stage. That'll get us some points.
That'll get us some points indeed, says our crew chief. We don't see, well, of course, they only show us the top 5. I wish they would have showed us a little bit more, but I guess we're waiting for the rest of the field to go finish there. Yeah, final results. We can't even see like who's where anymore. It looks like that's a little sad.
Pit road is
So
open.
it's Enfinger, Balicki, Crafton, Smith, but where's the rest of them? Where is the rest of them? We can't even see like where the other guys are at. We're coming down pit road. Make sure we have 4 tires and fuel. And now we're going to confirm our strategy. We're going to get ready to go for the final stage. But that's huge, though. Them 2 guys are the biggest favorites in the race are no longer there.
Pace cars off.
We're going to be in third here. We're starting on the wrong lane, I think, for some reason. So that's rather unfortunate there. We're starting on the wrong lane. But we're going to be underway in stage 3 and the dusk time here at Watkins Glen. And we got about 7 laps to go for the race. Going to be rather easy does it going into turn 1 this time. We are on the outside line, which is kind of like fine. I kind of want to be in this sort of position anyway, as Rajat Karuth tries to give us a little bit of a nudge there to get us out of the way. But we're going to say no. We're going to go up the hill, up through the S's, as Tyler Ankrum's a little slow through the S's. He did not have a good left part of the S's there. We're going to try to take second away from him. Lane Riggs is trying to run away with it, but we're going to not let him have it. We're trying to go for our second career win, and both of them being on road courses. Essentially, we're kind of being like SVG in a way. Tyler Ankrum backs out of it, wisely so, because we had a position there. And now we're all set our sights on Lane Riggs in the 34. Love's Travel Center's Ford. I don't know, maybe we're going to be able to try to get him before the end of the lap here and try to run away, because that's essentially going to be our plan, because literally everyone we were racing against is gone. Like, we have the biggest cushion in the world if we could just get around Lane Riggs. We're going to be gaining and gaining so on the 34 truck of Lane Riggs. We're going to make the dive bomb on the inside, trying to take the lead away. But no, not quite yet. He's going to have the outside line going into the S's, but we're going to try to take the lead away as we got on the rumble strip there. We're now currently in the lead, but we're still side by side. We're trying to give Lane Riggs the room on the left side. He is not giving up. I don't blame him whatsoever. I wouldn't want to let that 31 truck to leave and run away, because if he does, it might be game over for the rest of the field. Unless Larson and Kime just somehow get back up there. I almost shifted in the wrong gear, actually. I kind of wanted to be the third gear in this whole section here. So Lane Riggs continues to lead for now. We thought we had him there. Oh, he struggled a little bit, but I kind of messed up the corner ourselves. Tyler Ankrum, he don't count him out there either. He's still within the fight as well. It's just going to be a good old scrap between me and Lane Riggs. Hopefully we don't mess this up rather too much. This is my worst corner, though, the left-hander, because of the way my truck is set up. Anyway, so we're going to try to make it up within turn 11 here. Try to get ourselves another dive bomb attempt into turn 1. We're going to have a massive run here, actually. We might not even need the draft this time, as we're actually going to go down the inside before going into turn 1. We have a massive run. He's not even going to bother the block. Easy does it. And a dive bomb going into turn 1. And we're going to be clear of him. We're going to be clear of Lane Riggs. And we're leading now at Watkins Glen. Larson is nowhere to be seen. Heim is nowhere to be seen. Parker Klingerman is nowhere to be seen. They're all stuck back there somehow. So they must have butchered something. We thought we butchered something, but we had to go through the whole field. Now it's just smooth sailing and no mistakes. There is no one near us. We nearly have a 3-second gap between ourselves and Lane Riggs. We've kind of pulled away from the entire field here at Watkins Glen. We're doing such a great job in this. We just literally have to bring this thing home in one piece at this point. We're going to get Screaming Eagle Motorsports its second win of the season, as well as our second win as an affiliate driver under McAnally Hilgeman. I think this is actually his 4th win out of the whole alliance thing in total, with Ankrum winning 2, and now we're winning 2 at this point. As long as the caution doesn't come out, or we don't make any sort of silly business mistakes anyway, and we should be good to go before going into Richmond here, as we're trying to get as many playoff points as we can. We're going to try to get ourselves another 5 playoff points before this is all over. Our fuel and tire may be struggling, but we're going to turn 10 and turn 11 one final time here at Watkins Glen International. We're going to come across the final corner, and no funny business this time. No scraps, no nothing. We come home to win at Watkins Glen. We sweep the road courses this season in the Truck Series. You have done a great job with it. We are now back in victory lane with a brand new sponsor, with JF Electric. We have now swept the road course races, and now we got ourselves 10 playoff points heading into the playoffs. As we have a look of our race results here for you today, it looks like Corey Heim managed to get himself back up to 10th out of all that. So great stuff for him, I suppose. But man, what in the world was that? That was essentially an open goal for us there, actually. An open goal. And that's exactly what we needed. Nice win by Timmy Hill. I thought I was having a good drive, and it just scraped me up pretty good. What do you mean? What's that? But I didn't. Yeah, see, this one gets it. Caleb Costner, you know what? You're a homie. You're a homie. I think I forgot to turn on my sarcasm font. Johnny, my guy, I did not mean to give you a tap in the back. Please. Another race win. That is exactly what we are hoping to see. $67,000 is our profit bonus for us today. Really nice stuff to see for us, as we are seeing our stuff here get a little bit degraded, a little worn, though. Well, we'll have to go see going forward, going into the next race at Richmond. So we're going to have to figure out my little plan here going into it. We could afford maybe some more level 6 parts, actually. We could do that for Phoenix there. That's actually kind of want to save that 4 is for Phoenix. If we somehow get to the final 4, which with us having 2 wins now, we could potentially have a chance to get a little bit more than 2 wins. We're now up to P5 in the point standings here. With we're actually just 1 playoff point behind Tyler Ankrum, who's won a stage, and we haven't. So, yeah, just got that going for us. Anyway, we actually almost have. Nah, we're not even close to Corey Heim there. But yeah, we gotta go figure out our little plan here going into Richmond here, because I would like to use our level 6 parts, but I gotta go see what our plan is going forward. So please give me a moment before I decide anything. Also, I lied for a second before I continue on. I actually lied. I actually forgot there is the Roval for the truck series as well. I actually thought that was just an Xfinity or Cup thing. So my bad. I didn't fully sweep the road courses just yet. I actually totally forgot about that. I actually legitimately thought there was only 2. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, so I have a game plan now. We're actually going to be buying more level 5 equipment and actually saving the level 6, because I happen to see the wrenches that we have actually on there for our garage here area. We're actually going to take a look and see, just, oh, actually no, we're going to go to the custom. Hold on. We actually only have 1 wrench left, and essentially we would need to essentially either rebuild these parts, which take a lot of resource points, really work points. I would say. I always keep saying resource points for some reason. We would have to rebuild it, which would cost 240 per thing. We could eventually do that, but we're actually going to hold off on that instead. So instead, we're actually going to buy level 5 parts and installing it on our truck here. It's going to be a downgrade, yes, but it's actually going to be a thing we're going to use going forward and saving our level 6 truck for Phoenix. That's the game plan here. We're going to keep running level 5 equipment for the time being. It's all a temporary plan, of course. It is going to be a weaker truck for now, but it's all going to be paying off in the end. I'm trying to think smart here and think about going forward, because we're actually going to be thinking about trying to win the championship before we even get anything. So I know we're counting our chickens before they hatch, but we have our better equipment now. So we're going to go try to see, you know, prove if we get to the final 4, we're just going to go all out. We're actually going to go all out with the that truck anyway, going in there at Phoenix regardless. So that is our Phoenix parts anyway. So that's what we're going to do there. And I'm going to have essentially no work for the week really, but we're going to go balance our stuff. Ooh, no, we're not going to balance that. We're actually going to, whoops. All right. So apparently it was defaulting to what I was trying not to do really. So we're gonna go do all these, do all that, and that. All right, there we go. That's what we wanted to do. We're gonna start our custom work here. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna wait to use our level 6 part. So it's assigning it to it automatically. So we're gonna go right to our final race of the episode at Richmond. All right, I'm on the neutral setup for this race. It was 25% loose. It somehow just feels like 100% loose for some reason. It's been like that for like most of the tracks anyway. It feels like it to me. Or I could probably just be sucking acid driving. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you to figure that one out. But we got qualifying in us for now at Richmond after coming off of another win at Watkins Glen.
This one counts. Let's go.
Of course, our goal is to try to get ourselves inside the top 10 for qualifying here and trying to get ourselves maybe even a 3rd win of the season. Go back-to-back. That'd be awesome sauce there if we were to go back-to-back. Oh, boy. Turn. There we go. We have 2 laps, actually. We're going to try to get ourselves a second lap there. 20 to 88. See if we can actually do a little bit better job of that. We kind of overshoot the corner a little bit, trying to go hard with it, trying to run the middle line this time, actually, to compensate for it. Thought it was a pretty decent corner. Not the best, but it could work. And we come off the final corner here at Richmond. We're going to see what our lap time is going to be. It is a
Top 10 start.
not really that much better. It's a 20. It's not even that. So it's a 1-lap qualifier. As we qualified 9th, as Corey Heim once again on pole position. It is another night race for us this time around, the 2nd night race of the episode, and we're going to be right underway here at Richmond. I pressed the wrong button again to try to help us out there, trying to get our mirrors buttons to really work, but now we got ourselves situated somewhat there as we're going to try to get ourselves into the top 10 and back again. As we all know, that's kind of like where we want to go. We have a great center of the corner there. I wasn't expecting to have that much of a center off speed in turn 1, turn 2 compared to Jake Garcia. Trying to run that bottom lane, trying to get maneuver on Grant Infinger, who, as we know, is going to be a bit of a problem for the playoffs, but not as much as those guys that are up there, though. Corey Heim and I think Lane Riggs and Ty Majeski are up there. So we got to make sure we do quite well against those guys. Moving our way forward here, trying to get ourselves past. We're actually kind of past Kyle Busch, but I think our good corner is turn 1 and turn 2, but not 3 and 4. We're gonna have to work on that. Oh, here we go. We're going 3 wide maneuver this time with Ankrum, our affiliate team member. We're not doing him any favors whatsoever. I don't know how McAnally Hilgeman's going to feel after seeing Screaming Eagle Motorsports, like essentially being the best of the best of terms of their thing. I think they're kind of scratching their heads, like, why the hell did we sign Jack Wood instead of him? I don't even know, to drive the 91 truck instead. But mistakes happen. We all know that. We all make mistakes. Actually, no, we don't make mistakes. We make happy accidents. And that's not a happy accident there for Lane Riggs. We're going to take this 5th spot away, but that took a while for us to get clear of him. But that is not a happy accident for Lane Riggs. What is a happy accident, though, is apparently McAnally Hilgeman signing Jack Wood instead of us. So kind of funny how that timing just worked there. I didn't even plan that. Corey Heim is going to be leading the way once again. William Sawalj is in 3rd, our old ARCA buddy here. We're actually going to try to turn the mirror off. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully this will help us there. Going into I actually messed up. I pressed the wrong button a couple times there as we get into the back of Lane Riggs. After him spinning out there, we actually kind of just pushed him through the corner. So there'll probably be an Instagram post there or Twitter post saying, oh, you hit me, pushing me through the corner, which I understand it's not exactly what you want to do in real life, but seeing how it's kind of hard for me to spin you out even with 0 wrecking stuff. If this was dirt Daytona, my whole radiator would be completely fried. As you all know, if you watched my playthrough, you'll understand why. Whoa, Nelly! Oh my God, I almost lost it there. What in the world? I just absolutely binned it there. I don't even see through the smoke of who I'm touching. I guess that's Kyle Busch. Oh my goodness there. What in the world was that all about? We just absolutely lost 4 positions there. That's not exactly what I was hoping to be there anyway. We just almost absolutely binned it in front of a Cup Series champion of Kyle Busch. So hopefully we don't make that sort of mistake again, as we're now trying to make another pass back with a little bit of an aggression there with our McAnally Hilgeman teammate, well, our affiliate driver teammate, really, I guess you could say, of Tyler Ankrum. It's been kind of a bit of a feud to see who's the better one of the season. It looks like we are the number 1 anyway. We are number 1. Hey, as we're going to easily pass Tyler Ankrum to show that McAnally Hilgeman, maybe even after a mistake like that, I'm still the go-to man for the job here. As it should have been in the 91 truck and not Jack Wood. But we're going to have 2 laps to go in the stage. I don't think we're going to need anywhere higher than that. So it's a decent recovery drive. We managed to get back up to 6th. Got to make sure we don't make any sort of like mistakes like that again. Because my word, that was not exactly great. Corey Heim wins another stage. Not a big surprise. I'm looking at our tire sheet now. We have another 18 laps of gas, 47 laps to go in the race. They're going to be almost out of gas. I don't understand what they're doing, but we're going to be taking 4 tires, no problemo with that one. I'm actually going to lower the right rear a little bit and try to compensate the looseness off exit, trying to see if they can help us out a little bit. At this, essentially, this is a free stage pit for us. Even though we're going to be at the very back again, we got to implement the same strategies we did at IRP. And Malozzi also went down pit road as well, so I'm guessing he's trying to move his way through the field as well. So might as well when you're at the very far back. Kind of wish the AI had a little bit more variety and strategy here, like Dirt to Daytona did, or they kind of just had like a random like strategy just generated for themselves. As we're gonna go back underway, as we're now, of course, our goal is to try to get ourselves back up to P6 or even better.
Outside? They're outside.
That was interesting. Boy, I tell you what, being on new tires just makes you feel like Superman. Just going through there as we pinched there. That was not me whatsoever. I was already on the far inside line. We're just passing everybody on the left-hand side. We're passing Matt Mills. And okay. Well, we're going underneath the apron now, just barging our way through. Excuse me, pardon me. Get off of me now. That would not be great. I think that part was on me. But the previous one, no. It's okay. There goes somebody spitting. That would be the 66, I think, of... I can't tell. Luke Baldwin there. Everyone's coming down pit road. So this really kind of throws a wrench into my plan, but... How many laps to go to the stage?
You good with this strategy, driver?
All right, so we're going to take 2 tires. We're actually going to take 2 tires. And in this one, we're going to take our 2 right side tires for this one and just try to jump our way through the field, as we're going to try to see if 2 right side tires is going to help us out. That only brought us up to 6, though, so it looks like some people have decided to maybe also take 2 as well. As we're going to be back underway. Maybe Corey Heim probably might have taken 4 tires. I'm not entirely sure whatsoever. We'll turn our mirror off here before going into turn 1, but it still looks like we're still getting passed on the inside still, as we're going to try to be rather easily try to get through there. But we have some lap cars getting in the way. We're going to have to be a little bit aggressive with the cup champion himself, Kyle Busch. We're stuck in this now. It's almost the same thing that's happened to us as Malozzi gets it out of the way. Oh, now we gotta have to go through Ben Rhodes. It's like we're not clear. I thought we were. We're not. Daniel Hemrick goes through. Through goes Hemrick. As I think now it's Corey Heim managed to get himself through and away. So congratulations there. I thought we were clear. We were not. So thankfully we managed to not bin our truck there. That would not be ideal. I think he has 4 tires though. So literally, that was kind of like our only chance to try to get ourselves a win. I thought we had a good plan going, but unfortunately we have to now go deal with what we got. I think they might have to come down pit road again at some point. And they're probably going to pit at the end of the stage, as we're trying to make our way forward into P4 against Ben Rhodes. And now oh boy, a little bit, it looks like our adjustment is actually helping out a little bit with our right rear, our corner exit speed anyway. That's what I was hoping to fix, and it looks like we kind of fixed that. But as we reach the last lap of stage 2, we're not really gaining on any bit on Kyle Busch, nor have we pulled away from Tyler Anker. We kind of just been like actually kind of pulled away from Anker a little bit, as I don't know how not to hit a wall sometimes right then and there on a straightaway. That's rather interesting skill level there. We can win a road course race, but we can't drive straight on a short track here, it seems. That's kind of funny how that things work like that. But we can end up finishing in P4. Once again, Corey Heim wins the stage. The biggest story is Chandler Smith. Remember, he's not in the playoffs because of the people that have won, and of course the full-time drivers, well, the part-time drivers anyway, kind of messed some things up there. We're going to take four tires and fuel. Do I dare make the truck a little bit looser? Why not? We might as well just try to see what we can do here. Just overall, I want to have a little bit more looseness throughout the corner. But in terms of tight, the loose off the corner, we're just gonna have to deal with what we got.
Be ready now.
Gotta be really careful with the throttle. That's all.
Green, green, green.
As we're gonna be back underway at Richmond in stage 3, trying to see if the mirror trick works. Not quite really. We actually lost a spot to Kyle Busch. Not big surprise there, or whatnot. Actually, no. Oh, what a great run off the corner there from us. Look at that. We're right beside the two-time Cup champion of Kyle Busch, trying to go compete, I guess, for 2 championships in this alternate universe anyway. We're going to try to go past him. We have our affiliate team member of Tyler Ankrum trying to give us a push. I turned down the draft strength, actually, for the remainder of the other tracks, except for a track like Michigan anyway.
Clear high if you want it.
I brought the draft strength down to 10, so it wouldn't be as potent for tracks like this track anyway, because I remember in IRP we actually got a huge run off of I think of IRP or a few other tracks, short tracks in a way, as we just ran our fastest lap of pretty much ever actually. So the adjustment there we made absolutely worked. So good news there. We're trying to get ourselves another race win, maybe even go back to back. Looks like we have the speed, you know, but can we get up to Corey Heim though? That's the better question. But we're all over the back of Chandler Smith. We're going to make the move on the inside. Corey Heim's liking what he's seeing there. Two different trucks racing side by side. One's trying to get more points, and one's trying to get himself into playoffs. But we're going to make the move down on the inside. Can we make the fully move stick? We do, because turn 1 and turn 2, we're just so very good at there. I think we have the pace to actually try to compete with Corey Heim. But I think we might need to have a restart and actually to get around him, I think. Unless we can do better in 3 and 4. We still have plenty of time to get to him, though. The last few laps, I feel like I'm noticing we're actually getting a little bit faster there than Corey Heim. In the last few laps, we're actually gaining about a 10th each and every lap, it looks like, overall. But we're not the only ones. Oh, boy, I almost lost it there. We're actually not the only ones in the fray now. Ty Majeski is trying to catch up to us as well. So him, ourselves, and Corey Heim are probably going to be having a three-way dogfight for the win later on in this race. We still have about 15 laps to go anyway, and we got lap traffic coming up as well. So it's not exactly what Toyota drivers have we had raced with against like Williams Sawalich in the ARCA series are not exactly like keen of. It's going to be a battle to see who can get through the lap traffic quickly, a bit more quicker. Usually that's more advantageous to the player because they can respond a little bit sooner than AI. It doesn't matter what game it is. I know during the Daytona in our playthrough there, they respond quite well. So I'm hoping that brings up to this one. We're actually getting really a lot closer and closer to Corey Heim. I'm seeing that Safe Light logo getting a little bit bigger each and every lap, though. We're actually getting a lot closer than he thinks. So Corey Heim, hey, object in the mirror may be closer than they appear, but we actually kind of messed up the corner a little bit there. We got lap traffic up ahead, though, so he's going to be shaking his boots pretty soon what to do. As Clay Greenfield is spun in front of us.
Yellow's out.
That's going to reset everything. So right before we get to lap traffic, so it's a bit of a sigh of relief for Corey Heim. A bit of a sigh of relief. We're actually going to keep where we're at. We're not going to... We actually have an option here to actually come down pit road. We got 14 laps, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it through the field within 14 laps. So we're actually going to stay out here. If it was a little bit longer, then I would consider it. We're going to be on the outside. We're going to be on the outside line going into this event. So as we're going to continue with about 12 or so laps to go at the stage.
There's the green flag. Car inside.
As we give a little bit of a nudge to Corey Heim to try to fight for that spot. As we're now back in the second spot, we're just tucking behind Corey Heim here. That's fine by me. As we're going to try to run the inside. Don't forget, Chandler Smith is also trying to be desperate to try to get himself a win as well. He needs a win in order to make the playoffs. But it may not look like it's going to happen with Corey Heim and myself being in the field. But Majeski also might be in the fray as we lost the car. We lost the truck with 10 laps to go.
Caution's out.
Oh, man.
Road is open.
We lost it. We absolutely binned it.
You okay with this?
We're going to have to take 4 tires and gas. Well, not really gas, but...
Get up on the wall now. We're coming.
We're gonna go and see how many positions we can just scrape by with the 4-tire strategy. But man, we absolutely spun it. Back to last we go. We're gonna go move our way through the field as quickly as possible. We're on the outside line, which is kind of fine by me. I'm okay with that.
Green.
As we're back underway, I don't even remember how many laps to go we have, but it's such a shame. We felt like we could have had a chance to win this race as we're on the outside. We got about 7 laps to go to make it through the field, so not exactly all is doom and gloom as of yet, as we're trying to be absolute Superman. We're playing a game of F-Zero, going through the field as fast as possible to catch up to Corey Heim. Literally trying to use these lap cars as a shield. We don't give a damn about anybody else right now. We're just kind of bulldozing our way through, kind of like Lightning McQueen somewhat, going through all those like those wrecked cars in that one scene. As we're gonna go down the inside of Luke Fenhouse, we kind of just barged our way through, saying like, "Excuse me, coming through." We're kind of just bullying everybody out of the way. We're already up to 22nd. Just in a matter of 2 laps, but we're gonna have 5 more laps to try to get back as many positions as we can. But I don't think we're gonna any chance of winning. But getting any point we can would be ideal. I tried to get more points there as we got pinched on the inside again. So I know we're gonna get a lot of angry tweets saying like, "Oh, we passed on the inside. We kind of just pinched him down." Well, that's kind of like what happened there. As we got 4 laps to go coming up here. Coming to 2.5 laps to go, actually. We're actually so fast, we actually have to lift in the straightaway up the gut we go, in middle 3 wide, as our signature maneuver here. We're actually up to P7, even P6. Maybe in hindsight, maybe I should have come down pit road a little bit sooner as we got put into the wall by Raja Caruth. We were going to show our displeasure there because we didn't appreciate what the heck was that all about. I don't know what the hell was that all about, but we're going to try to get ourselves back inside the top 5. I feel like if we were to pit under that previous yellow, we probably would have had a better chance off of winning the race, maybe, really. In hindsight, we probably should have just done that because we're just clawing through the field rather easily, actually. As we're going to be white flag. It looks like Majeski's trying to make a maneuver on Corey Heim, but I don't know if it's going to be enough time. He's going to have to make a dive bomb move there. As we're now in P4, we're not going to get any higher than that. We're actually going to finish in 4th in this race. Rather unfortunate. I feel like we had a race win chance just thrown away, and it was all my fault for losing it off the corner. We come home in 4th, but damn. Damn it! We were so close to win on an oval in a truck series. Ah, we thought we had it there. Just because we're friends doesn't make bumping me cool. Yeah, obviously a lot of people were very upset. Very upset. A lot of people there. Yep, we made the playoffs, boys. We had made it. And we got enough rep to actually get into the Xfinity Series. All right. So a fourth place finish comes with us anyway. So that's really, really good. Felt like we should have had a chance to win, but I just binned it. I absolutely binned it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had just kept worn out parts there. Yeah. I figured as such. That is a lot to work with, especially since I kind of trashed the truck anyway. But that's about it, though. We're heading to Darlington next. We're now inside a round of 10 here in the playoffs. We are ready to go for the playoffs, and yeah, that's all she wrote for the episode. Anyway, guys, if you like the episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps on the channel quite a bit, and as always, we'll see you in the next one in NASCAR 25. See you guys then.